this video on the National Security Agency. Vietnam War. In the 1960s, the NSA played a key role in expanding US commitment to the Vietnam War by providing evidence of a North Vietnamese attack on the American destroyer USS Maddox during the Gulf of Tonkin incident. A secret operation codenamed Minar ET was set up by the NSA to monitor the phone communications of Senators Frank Church and Howard Baker, as well as major civil rights leaders including Martin Luther King Jr. and prominent US journalists and athletes who criticized the Vietnam War. However, the project turned out to be controversial, and an internal review by the NSA concluded that its Minaret program was disreputable, if not outright illegal. The NSA mounted a major effort to secure tactical communications among US forces during the war with mixed success. The Nestor family, with compatible secure voice systems, it was widely developed during the Vietnam War, with about 30,000 Nestor sets produced. However, a variety of technical and operational problems limited their use, allowing the North Vietnamese to exploit and intercept US communications. Church committee hearings. In the aftermath of the Watergate scandal, a congressional hearing in 1975 led by Senator Frank Church revealed that the NSA, in collaboration with Britain's Signet Intelligence Agency Government Communications Headquarters (GCHQ), had routinely intercepted the international communication of prominent anti-Vietnam War leaders such as Jane Fonda and Dr. Benjamin Spock. The agency tracked these individuals in a secret filling station that was destroyed in 1974. Following the resignation of President Richard Nixon, there were several investigations of suspected misuse of FBI, CIA, and NSA facilities. Senator Frank Church uncovered previously unknown activities such as the CIA plot ordered by the administration of John F. Kennedy to assassinate Fidel Castro. The investigation also uncovered NSA wiretaps on targeted US citizens. After the Church Committee hearings, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978 was passed into law. This was designed to limit the practice of mass surveillance in the United States. From the 1980s to the 1990s, in 1986, the NSA intercepted the communications of the Libyan government during immediate aftermath of the Berlin disco bombing. The White House asserted that the NSA interception had provided irrefutable evidence that Libya was behind the bombing, which US President Ronald Reagan cited as a justification for the 1986 United States bombing of Libya. In 1999, a multi-year investigation by the European Parliament highlighted the NSA's role in economic espionage in a report entitled Development of Surveillance Technology and Risk of Abuse and Economic Information. That year, the NSA founded the NSA Hall of Honor, a memorial at the National Cryptographic Museum in Fort Meade, Maryland. The memorial is a tribute to the pioneers and heroes who have made significant and long-lasting contributions to American cryptology. NSA employees must be retired for more than 15 years to qualify for the memorial. NSA infrastructure deteriorated in the 1990s as defense budgets cuts resulted in maintenance deferrals. On January 22, 2000, NSA headquarters suffered a total network outage for 3 days caused by an overloaded network. Incoming traffic was successfully stored on agency servers, but it could not be directed and processed. The agency carried out emergency repairs at a cost of 3 million to get the system running again. Some incoming traffic was also directed instead to Britain's GCHQ for the time. Director Michael Hayden called the outage a wake-up call for the need to invest in the agency's infrastructure. In the 1990s, defensive arm of the NSA, the Information Assurance Directorate (IAD) started working more openly. The first public technical talk by an NSA scientist at a major cryptography conference was Jay Salinas' presentation on efficient elliptical curve cryptography algorithms at Crypto 1997. The IAD's cooperative approach to academia and industry culminated in its support for a transparent process replacing the outdated Data Encryption Standard (DES) by an Advanced Encryption Standard (AES). A cybersecurity policy expert, Suchi agency support for the choice of a strong encryption algorithm designed by Europeans rather than by Americans. To Brian Snow, who was technical director of IAD and represented the NSA as co-chairman of the Technical Working Group for the AES competition, and Michael Jacobs, who headed IAD at the time. After the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, the NSA believed that it had public support for dramatic expansion of its surveillance activity. According to Neil Koblitz and Alfred Menezes, the period when the NSA was a trusted partner with academia and industry in the development of cryptography standards started to come to an end when, as part of the change in the NSA in the post-September 11 era, Snow was replaced as technical director, Jacobs retired, and IAD could no longer effectively oppose proposed actions by the offensive arm of the Loudon attributes of the NSA's harmonious collaboration with industry and academia in the selection of AES and the NSA. War on Terror. In the aftermath of the September 11th attacks, the NSA created new IT systems to deal with the flood of information from new technologies like the internet and cell phones. Thin Thread contained advanced data mining capabilities. It also had a privacy mechanism. Surveillance was stored encrypted. Decryption required a warrant. The research done under this program may have contributed to the technology used in later systems. Thin Thread was cancelled when Michael Hayden chose Trailblazer, which did not include Thin Thread's privacy system. Trailblazer project ramped up in 2002 and was worked on by Science Applications International Corporation (SAIC), Boeing Computer Science Corporation (IBM), and Litton Industries. Some NSA whistleblowers complained internally about major problems surrounding Trailblazer. This led to investigations by Congress, and the NSA had DoD Inspector General. The project was cancelled in early 2004. Turbulence started in 2005. It was developed in small, inexpensive test pieces rather than one grand plan like Trailblazer. It also included offensive cyber warfare capabilities, like injecting malware into remote computers. Congress criticized Turbulence in 2007 for having similar bureaucratic problems as Trailblazer. It was to be the realization of information processing at higher speeds in cyberspace. So I'm going to leave it today for this part of the NSA. If you like this video, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.